Welcome to the Rowdy.com Big Three.
You got a piece of paper.
I have a piece of paper. It's the Big Three burning issues in NASCAR racing today. The jury is out. First off, Bassmasters
Yes.
Bug Fever.
Yes.
Jury is out. Kyle Busch says he's a new, calmer, more mature guy.
Yeah.
Mark Garrow agrees with that. Rick Mast agrees with that. Jeff Gluck says it's a bunch of hullabaloo.
You're going to hear that on tomorrow's Rowdy podcast.
What do you think?
You know, Gluck's point was Kyle Busch outside the race car is pretty much the same guy. My whole thing on the new Kyle Busch is he showed me at Richmond and this season that he's a little more patient in the race car. And the things he said after the race kind of indicated that, hey, I wasn't as fast, so I let Montoya go and kind of worked on my stuff. And you see a guy that maybe in the past would have gotten frustrated and tried to overdrive his equipment a little much, and he didn't do that. He didn't do that. So I think maybe the new Kyle Busch is a guy in the race car that keeps things in perspective a little bit, that doesn't let emotion get to him. I kind of see where Gluck is coming from, which is, you know, if Kyle had lost that race, what do you think he would have done?
Lost his mind.
Right. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say Gluck is wrong at all, but I will say this: it seems like Dave Rogers and Kyle Busch are more of a team, and it's a little bit. Actually, is Dave Rogers' team the way it is Chad Knaus' team with Jimmy. They work together, and Kyle seems to be taking his cues from Dave Rogers, so that's a good call. Doesn't mean that he's not going to blow his stack and be a jerk and say something rude.
yeah.
Next issue. Will Jeff Gordon win the championship this year without winning a single race?
Well, no, I don't think so. And the reason I don't think so is because, well, two reasons. Number one, I think you're going to have to win in the chase to win. Jimmie Johnson has proven if you want to beat him, you're going to have to win in the chase to win this championship. But number two, I think Jeff Gordon's going to win a race. And I think Buck, I guess I'm preempting myself a little bit, I think it's going to come this weekend. I think it's going to come this weekend. All the signs point to the 24 car in Victory Lane at Darlington, if you ask me.
He has the most wins as an active driver there, so the guy is due, and it should happen. If it could happen anywhere, it would happen there. Next.
Well, wait, what's your answer to the question?
I think he's going to win too. But I think it would be interesting.
The real question is he going to win a championship?
Yeah.
As he's running better than Jimmy right now.
I think he's your championship contender now because I know Harvick's in the lead, but I think he's got the chutzpah, the cojones, the mettle. He's done it before. He's going to get it done.
Things change, obviously, over the course of the season, and week to week they change, but you got to like Jeff Gordon's chances right now. I do believe. And I like his attitude, too.
Yes, good attitude.
The Jimmy and Jeff feud thing was good, I think, for him. Hey, man, I'm still here. Big Daddy's still in the building.
He is. Next issue. Next item up for bid. Dennis Michelson from Race Talk Radio.
Dennis Michelson, we haven't had him on our podcast forever.
We need to get him back on.
We do.
He had a blog, and he made an interesting point. He said there's just some races that don't need sponsorship. He just does not like the Southern 500 being called the Showtime Southern 500, which is what it is now. What's your take? Are there some races, the Brickyard, that come to mind? Are there some races you just don't want to put a sponsorship in?
Yes, I kind of agree. Now, having said that, we know what drives the sport.
I know.
Right? They actually did, I believe, Buck, we'll have to look it up. I believe the Daytona 500 did have a sponsor a couple of times, and they stopped doing that, and they should have stopped doing it. And they did. The Brickyard 400 was the Brickyard 400, then it was the Allstate 400 at the Brickyard, and I don't even know what it is now. The four that come to mind are Daytona, the Brickyard, the Southern 500, and of course the World 600 pops to my mind, but that's been sponsored for a while as the Coca-Cola 600. So
here's the question.
I would love that, but honestly, that's what drives our sport. These tracks have to make money.
They have to make money.
And ironically, those are the races that should be the most valuable sponsorships.
I know. You wouldn't call it the Best Buy Augusta tournament, the Best Buy Masters.
Right.
You wouldn't do that.
But they turn down money.
They
Augusta.
do. But by the same token, ISC and these companies, do they need the money? I mean, I'm not going to get mad at them for it. I mean, my gut reaction...
That's the business model.
Yeah.
So you're saying, like, don't do your business.
Right. My gut reaction is absolutely no. But given what we've been through in the last year and a half and seeing how this sport crumbled in places because we didn't have the financing, I can't really throw rocks at them and say they can't do it.
You know, to me, the real question is, as a sponsor, are you getting your value if you sponsor a race that everyone's going to call the Brickyard 400 or the Southern 500 anyway?
Or is it a negative?
Right.
Are you pissed off by it?
Right. Like the World 600 just managed to become the Coca-Cola 600.
It has. It
right?
has, yeah.
I mean, we're the only guys that, you know...
Still call it the World 600.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
so, you know, I think that maybe is the question from the flip side. Does the sponsor get the value if they sponsor a race like the Southern 500 that people are going to call the Southern 500.
That's our big burning questions of the day. We can go flip, you can go flop, you can go either way. Come to rowdy.com, check us out. We do have flip-flops, and we have blogs, we have photos, and you can post whatever you want.
You can go flip, you can go flop, you can go either way. That is the quote of the year, my friend.
There you go.
For Buck, I'm Bass. We'll see you next time. Tomorrow's our pre-race video. And strangely, Buck, I think we may be wearing the same exact clothing that we're wearing now.
That's going to be odd.
That's going to be weird.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.